Like Stan say, turn up the volume. This ain't your regular show. This ain't left wing or right wing. This ain't black or white. We in another dimension now. Where the Moors unite, where supreme knowledge meets overstanding, where facts get tested and pseudo get exposed live on the air. You got 5 attorneys, bring them 5 scholars, bring them 5 fake internet historians, bring them 2. If Sabir Bay wrong, then come embarrass him publicly. But if he right, you better prepare to unlearn everything they programmed in your mind. Sabir Bay, Sabir Bay, Sabir Bay, born and raised, Sabir Bay, born and raised, South Philadelphia, home of the raw truth, home of the cosmic lectures, home of the debates that shape timelines. This is DJ Derek on the ones and twos, showing you where the knowledge lets us groove, where ancient frequencies meet futuristic facts, where consciousness rides baselines through the galaxy. One nation under a groove, Moors. One nation under a groove. So tune in, lock in, tap in to the Sabir Show, where we give you the news, but it's really all about you. Ain't no sleeping in this dimension, only elevation, liberation, revelation. Welcome to the Sabir Bay Show. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn the knowledge up. Oh, 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 oh. Roll with it.
Brother Jarrell, what's up, my brother? I see everybody always coming in, but darn, it's a lot of people on TikTok right about now. So what's good, everybody? Welcome to the show. Listen, somebody asked me when I was out this evening was I going to go live, and I said, what I'm going to talk about? Shout out to my brother Dre Mayer in Philadelphia too. So people always asking me to go live and do another one. How about y'all do me a favor for once? For once, can y'all make this go viral? Everybody's always asking me you want to go live, Sabir? You want to go live, brother? Share the videos out. I could do this all day. I told y'all, if you really bring somebody in the room with me, I can really go toe to toe. Straight up. If you really bring somebody in the room, we can really hash it out for real, for real. Straight up. So, Jarrell, the link is up, brother, if you want to join the feed with me. So, yes, y'all, we are on TikTok, and it's a lot of people on TikTok. I got more people on TikTok. Look at that. I got more people on TikTok than YouTube. That's kind of crazy. So, welcome to the show, y'all. We're going to see if we can run through this real fast. So, if you would like to join my show, please subscribe to the Sabir Bay before 1492. Again, Sabir Bay before 1492, and please click on your notifications. That's the way. I don't want to be sending out this stuff every day. So click the notifications, subscribe to Sabir Bay before 1492. Again, before 1492. Click it, like it, support it. Okay. This is my new channel, which is not really new, but my main channel was taken down for telling you selfish people the truth. So my main channel, it's gone. So we trying to get up to like 20, 30,000 again. Let's get up to 20, 30,000 subscribers again. Okay. So if you don't like the feed, leave. If you want to support me, you definitely can do that too. You definitely, because believe me, it's nowhere on social media you get no facts like this. And it's a lot of hypocrites in my feed too. I just have to call y'all out too. You know who you are. It's a lot of hypocrites on my feed. But we're not going to pay that no mind. Let's talk about the ones that's on here. Let's support it. Remember, I've been doing this for a very, very long time, and I can take on the best of them. Okay? I can take the best of the best,
Battery 90%.
whoever you bring to
iPhone.
this platform. I'm not going to argue with
iPad
grown men.
107.
Go get me your scholars. Let's go.
This is a deep party.
Let's go. Just warm it up.
Mother, there's too many of you crying. Brother, there's far too many of you dying. You know we've got to find a way to bring some loving here today. Yeah. Father, we don't need to escalate. See, war is not the answer, for only love can conquer hate. You know we've got to find a way to bring some love in here today. Oh, pick it light and pick it sides. Don't punish me with brutality. Talk to me so you can see what's going on. What's going on? Yeah, what's going on? Oh, what's going on? Right on. Right on. Right on. Mother, everybody thinks we're wrong. Oh, but who are they to judge us? Simply cause our hair is long. Oh, you know we've got to find a way. Bring some understanding here today. Oh, pick it light and pick it sound. Don't punish me with brutality. Come on, talk to me so you can see what's going on. Yeah, what's going on? Tell me what's going on. I'll tell you what's going on. Right on. Right on.
Marvin said it back then. What was going on in the 70s? Marvin said this, man. So let me explain some things to y'all. For y'all that don't know, I just make stuff look so easy, but this is very, very hard to be doing this, B. For real. It is so easy for me to sell every last one of y'all out. It is so easy for me to do that. But that's not the Philly in me. So, yes, Philly raised me, B. I'm from South Philadelphia. No doubt. So, I just came in the house and somebody asked me whether I'm going to go on. And I'm like, and I was talking to my brother Dre Mir, and I'm like, what I'm going to talk about? Like, what I'm going to talk about that I didn't have it already talked about. What am I going to talk about? So I'm not going to talk about the Kevin Hart because that's what Negroes do. Because most of you black people are so predictable. You're predictable on so many levels. You black folks are predictable. So let's see how long this is going to go on with Kevin Hart. That y'all going to talk about Kevin Hart as if you can make a difference. Kevin Hart could just say, "I'm gonna start another show," and do what? Have a sold out event, and you will go. No lie, you would go. All of you cats that's boycotting, and this is the funny part. I hope Kevin have a photographic memory, or his team gathers everybody that was coming at him, and when they come to the show, when he do a show, greet them. Say, "Hey, remember that? Hey, we're going to charge you a little bit more. We're going to charge you a little bit more. So come on in." So I'm not here to talk about Kevin Hart. I would not boycott my brother. I will boycott the dumb school system. I will boycott the parking authorities in every state. I would boycott your city council members. I would. What else they use? The other word they use. They say boycott and whatever they be making up. Those are the things I would do. Definitely boycott the school system. Definitely boycott. So I am a Philly native. No, I'm a Philly indigenous from Philadelphia. I'm original Philadelphia, from South Philadelphia, 22nd and Catherine. So I would not. And if anybody wants to go toe to toe with me on Kevin Hart and whatever it is, y'all can come. You can come. Because I can show you that every last one of you Negroes on this feed is cooning right now. You cooning for your boss. You cooning for your job. You cooning because you want to be a part of something. Every last one of y'all, rather you work for the city, rather you're a comedian, rather you're an actor, send it out to all of them. I'll take on every last person that's in this industry. I'll take on every last one of you cats in this conscious community too. And I can show you and I can prove to you that you're a cooning too, because you like to follow the crowds. Okay? You like to follow the crowd. So the only people that's cooning is you Negroes that's scary, that's looking for 5 minutes of fame on social media. Remember, I'm a veteran in what I do. These people embarrassed you and took your whole nationality from you, and you not fighting for that. They even took your human rights from you. The crazy part is, they even took human rights from you, crazy black people, and they gave you civil rights. But I know it's the Roots picnic this weekend. But these cats then took your whole human rights. Why not Van Jones, Roland Martin? Somebody reach out to D.L. Hughley. Matter of fact, I'm gonna send it to D.L. Hughley too. Give me 1 second. I gotta send this to D.L. Hughley. I want to ask the question: why aren't any of them arguing that issue? D.L. Hughley don't even have the heart to retweet my shows out. This is how crazy it is, and he knows me personally. D.L. Hughley knows me personally, but they send out videos and they share people's videos who are safe. They share those videos out to people who are basically safe. I don't think I say anything hateful. I don't think I say anything hateful to anyone. Do I say anything hateful on this feed? Or I make you think? So I'm going to show you. I'm sending it to D.L. Hughley. For the record, I'm going to push the button and I'm sending it to D.L. Hughley. I have his number. Okay? For the record. So, and if I'm wrong, somebody, y'all can correct me. Listen, I'm here. I can be corrected on so many levels. But I'm telling you, this is the dude name that you don't want to bring up. And I've been around before there was a podcast, before there was a YouTube, before there was an Instagram, before all the beautiful things that y'all watch right now. So before there was a Umar Johnson, before there was a Tariq Nasheed, before there was a Pharaoh, Impolites, and on and on and on. Okay. And 19 Keys. So I've been around for a long time. So you can't see what I see. Y'all can't see what I see. I know these cats. And some people try to put you in this little box or this group that they keep telling me. Let me make this clear for y'all again. I, Sabir Bey, do not belong to nobody's group, nobody's organization, no one's group, not from the Nation of Islam, not from the Moorish Science Temple of America Incorporated, not from the 5 percenters. I do not belong to no one's group, clique, club, or whatever. For the record, I have to say that because this is going to be a script, y'all, so bear with me. So I do not belong to anybody's club. So please stop saying I have an agenda. There is no agenda. The only agenda is truth. The principles that every Moor is supposed to stand on. Every Moor stands on supposed to be the 5 principles: love, truth, peace, freedom, justice, and to what? Uplift fallen humanity. Not my club, not my group, is to uplift falling humanity. And if any more that disagree with what I'm saying, you already know the rules. So the mission of the Moorish movement is to uplift falling humanity, not my Moorish Science Temple number 12, 11, 69, 83, which ones y'all claiming. That's church. So Sabir does not belong to any church. Are we good? Okay, so with that being said, I have to keep saying that because people keep trying to link me to some type of group. You got a Bay. That don't mean I'm a Moor in the Moorish Science Temple, baby. Okay? I'm a historian. So I'm looking for something at the same time. So y'all can come on the feed. So my brother asked me this question. He said, Sabir, you going to go on tonight? I said, what I'm going to talk about that I haven't already talked about? What am I going to talk about? But how many of y'all knew that in 1832, that they enacted a law that if you educated any Negro, did y'all know about that law? Raise your hand if you have. Let's see. Did y'all know in 1832, they enacted a law that if anyone educated a Negro, it was a fine of $250 to $500 fine? Did anybody know that? Oh, we don't want to have this conversation, right? Did y'all know that? Come on, TikTok, where we at? Did y'all know? No, brother, that's too deep. We rather talk about Kevin Hart and he disrespecting what's the guy's name? The guy that got killed. He disrespecting him. Disrespecting him. You disrespect your own self by calling yourself black. You disrespecting yourself calling yourself black. Show me a black person. Let me see what a black person looks like. If this sounds crazy, let me know. I would love to talk to y'all. George Floyd, that's his name. Who was George Floyd? They act like George Floyd was Malcolm X or Huey P. Newton or Fred Hampton or somebody. He act like Jarrell, they acting like George Floyd was one of these cats that was really fighting for our people, bro. He disrespected George Floyd. No, George Floyd disrespected himself. Brother, I'm going to tell you, we're going to boycott Kevin Hart. I'm not boycotting Kevin Hart. I boycott the school system that got George Floyd in the predicament that he's in, okay? I would do that one, okay? So I'm not going to do that. You should boycott the school that your children are going to. That's what you should boycott. But you black folks on this feed, most of you black folks on this feed, you don't even have the heart. You don't have a heart. So I would not boycott Kevin Hart. Boycott the school system that produced a person like George Floyd. How about that part? That literally produced George Floyd. He's not Martin Luther King. He's not Fred Hampton. He's not Huey P. Newton. He wasn't Malcolm X. He wasn't none of these people that fought for our people. And if you don't like what I said, please, I dare you to challenge me. I dare you. So this dude right here, I'm not afraid of nobody, bruh. Nobody. Death comes to everybody. So don't ever think that Sabir Bey is afraid of anybody in this camp. Okay? So if you don't like I said, I don't give a damn about a George Floyd. Well, that's not right, Sabir. Who cares? Y'all don't care about my son that got killed. What's the difference? You know what I mean? You act like you knew. These cats be acting like they knew George Floyd. I'm gonna tell you, brother, because you disrespected George Floyd. George, he's gone. What the heck? 4663. We some sick black folks. You black folks here in the United States is very, very sick. So bear with me 1 second. If you don't like it again, what I'm saying, feel free. I'm game. I can go toe to toe, baby. We can go toe to toe with this. So I seen nothing happen with what Kevin Hart did. Yeah, they act like, exactly. Ask these black people who's Mumia. They don't even know who Mumia Abu Jamal is. Hold on, I can't make this up. How many of y'all know who Mumia is? They act like he Mumia Abu Jamal. How many people know who Mumia is? Raise your hand if y'all do. Let's see if how many people know who Mumia is. I'm glad you brought that up. How many people know who Mumia is? I don't know, but I know George Floyd. I don't know. Let's see.
First time I heard a tape of one of Mamia's radio broadcasts.
Yo, how many people know who Mumia is? Raise your hand. But you know about George Floyd, though, right? Hold up. We're going to educate you all tonight. I told you how this flow with me. You're going to learn today. Y'all don't know who Mumia is? But I'm from Philadelphia. I remember when all that took place. I am from Philly. But you Negroes sit up here talking about a George Floyd. But let's listen to this real quick.
I'm Assata Shakur.
Assata Shakur.
The first time.
They didn't even talk about Assata Shakur. This is how weak you black people are and scary.
Assata Shakur. The first time I heard a tape of one of Mamia's radio broadcasts, it was the first time I fully understood why the United States government was so intent on putting him to death. Mamiya, the only African political prisoner on death row, didn't use any inflammatory rhetoric. What he said was so clear, so true, that I had to stop everything and concentrate on his message. Mamiya Abu Jamal, journalist, husband, father, he is brilliant. He has the ability to say what needs to be said in the clearest, most vivid way. His language, his strength, and his intelligence remind me of one man, El Hajj Malik Shabazz, otherwise known as Malcolm X. Ability to say what needs to be said in the clearest, most vivid way. His language, his strength, and his intelligence remind me of one man, El Hajj Malik Shabazz, otherwise known as Malcolm X. Mumia Abu Jamal is a man who has truly carried on Malcolm's tradition and the tradition of so many of our freedom fighters who have risked their lives for the freedom of our people. This year, as I celebrated Malcolm's birthday, I couldn't stop thinking about Mumia. I couldn't stop thinking about the man who has spent over 15 years on death row and remains strong, committed.
This is old. He's still on death row.
And beautiful. Mumia, political activist, revolutionary, and humanist, has followed faithfully in Malcolm's footsteps. We can feel Malcolm's energy working through Mumia. We can feel Mumia's energy carrying on Malcolm's legacy. If Malcolm X were alive today, I know he would be fighting to save Mumia's life. If Malcolm were alive today, I know he would be fighting to free all political prisoners. In the name of Malcolm X, I make a special appeal to you, sisters and brothers, to fight tooth and nail to save Mamiya's life and to free him from the grips of his oppressors. As you honor our forefathers and foremothers, I urge you to honor our living heroes. When you honor the names of Nat Turner, Harriet Tubman, and Malcolm X, I urge you to honor the names of Geronimo Gijaga, Sundiata Acoli, Mutulu Shakur, and Mumia Abu Jamal. I urge you not to forget and not to betray our living heroes. If we ignore their struggle, we are ignoring our own. If we betray our living history,
number.
then we are betraying ourselves. We could not save Malcolm X, but we can save Mamiya. We can save him, and we must save him. Because we love our brother, and we need our brother to help us fight for freedom. Free Mamiya Abu Jamal, free all political prisoners. Let us carry on our tradition to freedom.
So, to answer your question, family, I had the opportunity to meet Mamiya, but it was crazy in the height of me doing radio. So this is called radio shows right here. I don't know if y'all know this. This is my radio shows. I started radio in 2003. 2003, I started radio. And I wanted to go to the prison and go see Mamiya. But the way I was back in 2003, I was more radical, and none of y'all would have my back. None of y'all, like, you ain't got Mamiya's back. It's only shout out to my brother Gabriel. Shout out to Pam Africa. Shout out to those people who are really standing with Mamiya. So y'all Negro that get on his feet, y'all just chatterboxes. You ain't got my back. I started radio in 2004. You see that says 2004 right here? 2003, I started radio. You see that says 2004? This is radio shows. You wasn't even there helping me do the radio show. I started on WRD. That's radio. Mother of the Matrix, 2004. When I started radio in Philadelphia, it was because of Mamiya Abu Jamal. It was because of him. But when actually after 20 something years, you're like, damn, people still ain't got your back. They just promise you good things. You Negroes ain't about no revolution, bro. These are your forefathers. Next, he said, these are your forefathers. The ones that you going to celebrate on July the 4th, those are your forefathers. They're not my forefathers. So I'm not going to go to bat for people like that anymore, but I will go toe-to-toe with anybody who try to come at me. I started radio in 2003 because of brother Mamiya Abu Jamal, one of the baddest in jail journalists to this day. So if you're not familiar with him, I suggest y'all look him up. Okay? So look up Mamiya Abu Jamal. Mamiya, let's go.
Homeland and hip-hop. To think about the origins of hip-hop in this culture and also about homeland security is to see that there are, at the very least, two worlds in America. One of the well-to-do and another of the struggling. For if ever there was the absence of homeland security, it is seen in the gritty roots of hip-hop. For the music arises from a generation that feels, with some justice, that they have been betrayed by those who came before them. That they are, at best, tolerated in schools, feared on the streets, and almost inevitably destined for the hellholes of prison. They grew up hungry, hated, and unloved. And this is the psychic fuel that generates the anger that seems endemic in much of the music and poetry. One senses very little hope above the personal goals of wealth to climb above the pit of poverty. In the broader society, the opposite is true. For here, more than any other place on earth, wealth is so widespread and so bountiful that what passes for the middle class in America could pass for the upper class in most of the rest of the world. Their very opulence and relative wealth makes them insecure. And homeland security is a governmental phrase that is as oxymoronic, as crazy as, say, military intelligence or the U.S. Department of Justice. They're just words that have very little relationship to reality. Now, do you feel safer now? Do you think you will anytime soon? Do you think duct tape and Kleenex and color codes will make you safer? From death row, this is Mumia Abu Jamal.
So this is the crazy part, right? This is why I'm not going out on a limb for none of you Negroes. You are some scary ass black people, bro. I'm not. So I will do my fighting. And if anyone will come into this octagon with Sabir, I will mess your whole life up playing with me. I'm not this YouTube dude, B. I really got into radio because of Mumia Abu Jamal. When they framed him, even though they know it wasn't him, this is the key to all of this. They knew it wasn't him. Mumia had an influence on people. Mumia had an influence. They put all the weak people on all of these platforms, and you swear there are all these cats. And I'll name some of the people that y'all watched. Rizza Islam, 19 Keys, Tariq Nasheed, the Umar Johnson. Umar, no nobody even see Umar Johnson. All of these people that y'all see, they let them go out there and know what they get rid of their videos because they know they talking smack. So those who know exactly. And I've never ever stopped. It's going on 30 years, B. 30 years I've been doing this, bro. 30. And I never stopped. I'm past that stage where you're trying to get something on me, B. So if you want to know something about Sabir Bey, all you got to do is hit the link, baby, and talk to me if you got something on me. All right? So my sister sent me something. Brandy sent me something today. And this is what it is with our people.
And stop him from being curious about serious things. Keep him in the silly mode. That is the category that black people are always supposed to be in. The silly mode, the destructive mode. Don't let them think about anything serious, because then they become a danger. It's like that dangerous black person on the plantation who's always going around trying to read something or trying to figure things out, asking questions, trying to figure out how the plantation is run. That is a dangerous Negro on this plantation. Sell him down the river or give him a good whipping and stop him from being curious about serious things. Keep him in the silly mode. That is the category that black people are always supposed to be in. The silly mode, the destructive mode. Don't let them think about anything serious, because then they become a danger. It's like that dangerous black person on the plantation who's always going around trying to read something or trying to figure things out, asking questions, trying to figure out how the plantation is run. That is a dangerous Negro on this plantation. Sell him down the river or give him a good whipping and stop him from being curious about serious things. Keep him in the silly mode. That is the...
So remember, now Brandy just sent this to me today. She literally just sent this to me this evening. Remember when I told you I was in Wilmington, Delaware at a union meeting? Remember I told you that? It was a judge, a prosecutor, and an attorney. A judge, prosecutor, and attorney. I'm sitting in the back at this union meeting. I'm not part of it. I'm not in a union. And there was actually a European judge, y'all call white. He got mad and turned pink. And it sounded like him. He literally said, this was just sent to me. Just sent to me. I'm sitting in Wilmington, Delaware at a meeting, at a union meeting with all of our people, black people. And this judge said, a brother invited me there. And the judge said, why are you trying to figure this out? I said, I'm not trying to do anything. I already know what's inside the Pennsylvania Motor Vehicle Law book, Title 75. And if you give me, I said 6309, I was quoting all the sections. The Pennsylvania Motor Vehicle Law book is Title 75. I'm going to say this again. Title 75 of the PA codes. And I have California's, I had New Jersey, was Title 39. So this judge, it was a white judge, a white prosecutor, and a white attorney at an all black event. I mean, all black union meeting. And I was the dude that's randomly that was sitting in the back of the room, like 5 or 6 rows back. And I raised my hand and I quoted the book that he had sitting on the counter. It was a Pennsylvania motor vehicle law book. It was yellow. So it reminded me of what Brandy just sent me. See, they're not worrying about you Negroes. They're not worrying about you. They're not worrying about Van Lathan. They're not worrying about Roland Martin or D.L. Hughley or any of them saying. They worry about the one who reads. That's who they're worrying about. They're worrying about the one who reads. So listen, if you drop me off in a room with somebody that you think is that smart, watch how this
The
goes.
category that black people are always supposed to be in, the silly mode, the destructive mode. Don't let them think about anything serious, because then they become a danger. It's like that dangerous black person on the plantation who's always going around trying to read something or trying to figure things out, asking questions, trying to figure out how the plantation is run. That is a dangerous Negro on this plantation. Sell him down the river or give him a good whipping and stop him from being curious about serious things. Keep him in the silly mode. That is the category that black people are always supposed to be in, the silly mode.
Not, this is the crazy part. This is why I said I got into radio, because of Mumia. You can sit Corpus George Secundum in front of me. You can sit American Jurisprudence in front of me. You can sit Words and Phrases. These are all law different books. You can quote the state statutes from no matter what state that you will pick, from Florida, California, and I can tell you exactly what's in all the state statute books. You can bring me Ballantyne's, Bouvier's, Blackstone, Barron's Law Dictionary, and I can tell you exactly the definitions and where they're at. Okay? No matter what you bring, believe me, this dude right here, they be like, we don't want him. Let's get the ignorant ones that keep talking about Kevin Hart. Nope, I will not boycott Kevin Hart at all, and he should not be. What should be boycotted is this whole black thing that they took your rights from you. That should be. The school system that your children are in, and I know you black folks are afraid. How about this part? How about y'all boycott Ben Crump? How about you boycott some of these attorneys? And if you bring any of those attorneys over here, believe me, they wouldn't last with me. Not the fake wannabe YouTube attorneys. I want a real attorney who's a seasoned person. And then we can go toe to toe. So, what y'all should be getting mad at is that they took your nationality from you. Yeah, they did. And they labeled you Negro, black, and colored. That's a fact. That's not Sabir Bey's opinion. That's literally a fact. They took your nationality from you. You don't deal with human rights, you deal with civil rights. So if anybody picked up a law dictionary, give me 1 second. If anybody picked up a law dictionary similar to something like this, you can look up what civil rights are. This is Bouvier's, this is Black's Law, this is Ballantyne's. So if you pick up any law dictionary, and if you were serious, believe me, civil rights is civil rights is for discrimination. That's all civil rights are about, is discrimination. Black folks cannot deal with civil rights. And if you studied civil rights issues, right, you would see it's really unconstitutional, really, to tell you the truth, for real. But let's move forward. None of your black leaders will pull up the Declaration of Human Rights, because blacks can't deal with human rights. This is why they said they can't read. Now, if I'm wrong, I know some of you pro-black people. I'm pro-black, brother. Come on, come to the cipher with me. And don't try to copy this, because you can't. Trust me. You won't be able to repeat everything I'm saying, because it takes a lot of research to do what I'm doing. And you can't find everything online. So, the human rights while you black folks talk about civil rights, and if you, Jarrell, could we educate them real quick, Jarrell? Because I know they're not going to do the research, because the Roots picnic is tomorrow, this weekend. do my book. Okay. No, I just had my book. 1 second. Well, let's do this. Let's pull up this right here. This I was in DC and I saw this. Oh, please. I saw this in DC. This is a human rights building, B. This is a human rights campaign building. How many of y'all in DC ever saw this building before? Let's see if I can blow this up. The Human Rights Campaign envisions a world where lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer LGBTQ people are ensured equality and embraced as a full member of society, at home, at work, in every community. Somebody help me out. Where are any of the human rights attorneys at? Human rights lawyer. Now you do have 2 of them, but they're not black. If you can go Google human rights, I'm gonna give you one. One of them, she teaches Pan-African studies in Rutgers. The other human rights lawyer is George Clooney's wife. George Clooney's wife. Go look it up. Make me out of a liar. See how quiet it is on here? I told you y'all can join the feed. You do know that, right? You do know y'all can join the feed, right? Y'all can join the feed. Okay? So this is the Human Rights Campaign building that's in DC. So you should be asking D.L. Hughley, Roland Martin, all these people, Ben Crump, where are the human rights lawyers at? This is why I told you, this is a very, very lonely road, people. Let me tell you something. This helping you black folks is a very, very, very lonely road. Whew. So let's move forward. That's in DC. This is human rights. This is human rights. Are y'all getting the picture yet? Are y'all getting this yet? This is wow. This is insane. But you cheerlead all these people that be on these platforms as if they giving y'all some real information. So that's the Human Rights Campaign building. Black people, let me explain this to you. Black people don't or will not or could not deal with human rights. In order to deal with human rights, you must first have a nationality. Negro, black, and colored is not a nationality. They got y'all playing this whole game on social media. Well, he should made a joke about, huh? Who cares about the joke? Let's get down to this. Let's have a human rights conversation. Tell them all. Share this out to them. Let me move forward. Here is the law. This is why they said Negroes should not read. They could not educate no Negro. It didn't matter who you were. Let's go. In the Commonwealth, right? In the Commonwealth, they enacted a law imposing a fine. Now, think about this in 1932. 1932, the fine was $250 to $500. What would that be today? Let's see how much it is. Just bear with me. Today, you think you smart because you was educated by them? $250 to $500, $500 on a person who should attempt to educate any Negro whatsoever. Come on. We got to do better than this, bruh. There is no black people. There is no such thing as black people, but they know they have to sell the black thing to you. This is why you know nothing about Mumia Abu Jamal. Y'all don't get it yet? Nothing about Mumia. So let me ask y'all this question. How many of y'all knew this? How many black folks knew this? Anybody? Then you had to go get a license to preach to your own people from permission from the slave master. Wow. Let's go a little further. I love to give the sources, okay? I'm gonna give you sources, all right? Because I know black folks y'all don't read. We try to get you to read though. This is from The Education of the Negro, Carter G. Woodson. And yes, it's still today. It's just modernized. It's still happening today. And y'all get on this feed every day just to sit there. Oh, well, I ain't going to do anything severe because I might lose my job or my pension. So let's move forward. Let's find some more. That's why y'all scared to speak out, big. You gotta be willing to sacrifice, like Carter G. Woodson said, for your own people. So don't come to me talking that black stuff. These millions of Negroes were just being released from slavery. These slaves could not be bought and sold, could move from place to place. Only with permission, here it is, were forbidden to learn to read or write. Think about it. Well, brother, that's old news. No, it's still going on today, right now. This is why they say, give them games, give them circus. This is why the most foolish people are right now. Bear with me. This is why people will pay this kind of money to go see entertainment, but not to read. You wouldn't pay $454 to be taught something, but they will pay this to go to a Roots picnic. I cannot make this up. This is what's going on in Philadelphia this weekend. General admission is $454. Then they got, I don't know what this is. Then they only got 2 left. 1,000. Where do people get money from this? Where they getting money from this? Wait a minute. Jarrell, help me out, bro. Make this make sense, bro. Even if, listen, somebody help me out, please. I'm just trying to figure this thing out. Make this make sense. Last ticket is, look at this. Last ticket is $1,623. What in the hell? Think about how crazy. But if I told you to buy a book, that's $500. You say, why should I buy the book? Listen, brother Jarrell, I don't know what's going on with black folks, bro. Well, Superior, it ain't just black people. Listen, I am from Philadelphia, people. I'm from Philly. I've been to the Roots picnic before, okay? But I never paid. But my point is, I know who's inside that arena. In my crazy brain, I'm trying to figure out where. How? Ain't no way in hell that I would pay that kind, all the way up to VIP is $3,243. I can't make this up, bro. I can't make this up. That's kind of crazy. So that's going on this weekend. So Philadelphia is lit right about now. right? And I know people that were actually was going in. Okay, for the record. I was like, how in the hell are you going to a show to be entertained? Ain't no way that I'm going somewhere to be entertained for $3,000. Nope. Let's start the show. Let's go, y'all. Let's have fun. Come on.
As long as I'm dancing, acting or rapping, walking around like I don't know what's happening. You like me, you like me, you like me. If I'm talking about drinking and nothing about thinking, as long as I'm high and I never ask why, you like me, you like me, you like me. But the second I start with the state of the economy, black leadership, black cards, and black sovereignty, that's when you can't seem to follow me. But the second I start with the state of the economy, black leadership, black cards, and black sovereignty, that's when you can't seem to follow me. Confusion, you feel like you're losing. I'm no longer amusing. This song's about choosing while you cruising. Either black entertainment or the black revolution. People love to see a young black man rap until he wakes up and realizes he's caught in the trap. So as long as I'm dancing, acting or rapping, walking around like I don't know what's happening, you like me, you like me, you like me. Hey, if I'm talking about drinking and nothing about thinking, as long as I'm high and I never ask why, you like me, you like me, you like me. But the minute I get in about the way these rappers spit it, the minute I start spitting that truth, here comes some critic. I freestyle off the top like removing your Yankee fitted, but they not really checking for skills, they want the gimmick. Many of the challenges we face, we can solve them, but there's no trust, no unity, and that's the problem. Black people fighting amongst themselves, that's the problem. White people fighting amongst themselves, that's the problem. U.S. foreign policy is simply just bomb them. Rebels against their own government, the U.S. arms them. Then when things get out of hand, yeah, they try to calm them. More money, more diplomacy, just charm them. If that doesn't work, then they move to Osama. Turn them into a terrorist so they can disarm them. Through the corporate media, we don't stand a chance, but too many people want us to just stand and dance. So as long as I'm dancing, acting or try to calm them. More money, more diplomacy, just charm them. If that doesn't work, then they move to Osama. Turn them into a terrorist so they can disarm them. Through the corporate media, we don't stand a chance, but too many people want us to just stand and dance. So as long as I'm dancing, acting or rapping, walking around like I don't know what's happening, you like me, you like me, you like me. If I'm talking about drinking and not about thinking, as long as I'm high and I never ask why, you like me, you like me, you like me. You like me, you like me, you like me. You like me, you like me, you like me.
They got black folks so effed up. He said through the corporate media. Through the corporate media. Let's go back to my brother Mumia about the media.
American mass media is a marvel of technology. It is whiz-bang, sparkle glitter, and satellite wizardry. It is a master plan of methods to communicate and a pauper's worth of substance. With such technology, how are people so woefully misinformed? The average American neither knows nor cares about the American mass media is a marvel of technology. It is whiz-bang, sparkle glitter, and satellite wizardry. It is a master plan of methods to communicate and a pauper's worth of substance. With such technology, how are people so woefully misinformed? The average American neither knows nor cares about the vast world beyond the nation's border. The average American student knows little math, no history, and very little geography, and nor does he or she want to know. Americans have computers in school, dozens of TV stations, and the most aggressive news media on earth. Does that mean they're better informed? Hardly. On November 2nd, 1995, the United Nations General Assembly voted overwhelmingly 117-3 to condemn the United States for its continuing blockade of Cuba. The international community called the United States blockade a flagrant act of aggression and a blatant violation of international law. That the UN vote was reported at all in American media is amazing, for such news is more often than not passed over entirely by the American press. But where was information about the blockade itself, the effects suffered by the Cuban people, in-depth comments from United Nations delegates and leaders around the world?
What black person you know on any radio station that's free right now speaks like this? Oh, y'all better turn it up, baby.
For a more substantive report, one had to listen to the BBC World News Service, for the rest of the world takes note of events the US prefers to ignore. American media is a business, and it has a mission, not to inform Americans, but to entertain them. Every media enterprise in America reports the drivel that Marcia Clark and Chris Darden are secret lovebirds, but the vote of a global assembly condemning US actions received only scant coverage at best. Why? The media is a source of titillation more than information. The mission of the media is to please, to comfort, and primarily to sell. When TV was developed, it was promised that every American would learn about the world in his living room. When computers were developed, wasn't it said that they would be invaluable learning tools and that children would learn more faster? National scholastic tests show otherwise, as kids master computers as toys and learn splendid hand-to-eye coordination, but little else. The media paints false pictures of the nation and the world, pictures designed to serve corporate masters and to make America look good. This feel-good media approach serves the American delusion of white supremacy, but it does not inform. When the New York Times echoes the National Star, what can the word media mean? How could millions be surprised at Minister Farrakhan's enormous influence among blacks unless the media wasn't doing its job? How could they look at 1 million and count less than half that number? The major media, like its racist projections, is to be rejected, not consumed, for your very patronage gives it life. From Death Row, this is Mumia Abu Jamal.
Let me tell you something. It's not a person that's on none of these platforms that have the heart that Mumia has behind bars. And this is why I said a lot of you black folks are straight cowards. All of this is dealing with the media. If you love this show, people, please share it out. And I dare anybody to try to challenge me on what I know. Again, I am not a YouTube dude that just came out. I am a veteran at this game. I've been up against a lot of things, but let's go.
The new age is upon us.
Let's go.
Yet the past refuses to rest in its shallow grave. For those who hide behind the false image of the Son of Man shall stand before God, 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 God. It has begun. The beginning of the end. Yeah. Voice of racism, preaching the gospel is devilish. A fake church called the prophet Muhammad a terrorist. Forgetting God is not religion, but a spiritual bond. And Jesus is the most quoted prophet in the Quran. They bomb innocent people trying to murder Saddam when you gave them those chemical weapons to go to war with Iran. This is the information that they hold back from Peter Jennings. This Condoleezza Rice is just a new age Sally Hemings. I break it down with critical language and spiritual anguish. The Judas I hang with, the guilt of betraying Christ, who murdered him, stole his religion, and painted him white. Translated in psychologically tainted philosophy, conservative political right-wing ideology, glued together sloppily the blasphemy of a nation. Got my back to the wall cause I'm facing assassination. Guantanamo Bay, federal incarceration. How could this be? The land of the free, home of the brave, indigenous Holocaust, and the home of the slave. philosophy, conservative political right-wing ideology, glued together sloppily, the blasphemy of a nation. Got my back to the wall cause I'm facing assassination, Guantanamo Bay, federal incarceration. How could this be? The land of the free, home of the brave, indigenous holocaust, and the home of the slaves, corporate America, dancing offbeat to the rhythm. You really think this country never sponsored terrorism? Human rights violations, we continue the saga. El Salvador and the Contras in Nicaragua. And on top of that, you still want to take me to prison just because I won't trade humanity for patriotism. It's like MK Ultra controlling your brain, suggestive thinking, causing your perspective to change. They want to rearrange the whole point of view of the ghetto. The fourth branch of the government want us to settle a bandana full of glittering generality, fighting for freedom and fighting terror. But what's reality? Read about the history of the place that we live in and stop letting corporate news tell lies to your children. Flow like the blood of Abraham through the Jews and the Arabs, broken apart like a woman's heart, abused in the marriage, the brink of holy war, bottled up like a miscarriage. Embedded correspondents don't tell the source of the tension, and they refuse to even mention European intervention or the massacres in Jenin. The innocent screams, U.S. manufactured missiles and M16s, weapon contracts and corrupted American dreams, media censorship blocking out the video screens, a continent of oil kingdoms bought for a bargain. Democracy is just a word when the people are starving. The average citizen made to be blind to the reason. A desert full of genocide where the bodies are freezing, and the world doesn't believe that you're fighting for freedom because you fucked the Middle East and gave birth to a demon. It's open season with the CIA bugging my crib, trapped in the ghetto region like a Palestinian kid where nobody gives a fuck whether you die or you live. I'm trying to give the truth and I know the price is my life, but when I'm gone they'll sing a song about immortal technique, who beheaded the president and the princes and sheiks. You don't give a fuck about us. I can see through your facade like a fallen angel standing in the presence of God. Bitch niggas scared of the truth when it looks at you hard. It's like MK Ultra controlling your brain, suggestive thinking causing your perspective to change. They want to rearrange the whole point of view in the ghetto. The fourth branch of the government want us to settle a bandana full of glittering generality, fighting for freedom and fighting terror. But what's reality? Martial law is coming soon to the hood to kill yo while you hanging your flag out your project window. Yeah. The fourth branch of the government, aka the media, seems to now have a retirement plan for ex-military officials, as if their opinion was at all unbiased. A machine shouldn't speak for men, so shut the fuck up, you mindless drone. And you know it's serious when these same media outfits are spending millions of dollars on a PR campaign to try to convince you they're fair and balanced, when they're some of the most ignorant and racist people giving that type of mentality a safe haven. We act like we share in the spoils of war that they do. We die in wars. We don't get the contracts to make money off them afterwards. We don't get weapons contracts, nigga. We don't get cheap labor for our companies, nigga. We are cheap labor, nigga. Turn off the news and read, nigga. Read. Read.
Asking me, how do you be doing it how did you do it so long, Sabir, with no support behind you? By the grace of Allah. That's it. Because if I really depended on y'all, I'd be homeless. And then think about it though, there's nothing wrong with being homeless. Black folks in the United States are landless. I don't know if you know that or not. You do know it's different between homeless and landless. Y'all do know that. Now, if y'all want to have this conversation with me, can, and I can explain it to you. There is no black land. It don't exist. There is no black land, but there's a land of the Moors. If you look it up online, there is a land of the Moors, and this is called the country of the Moors. This is the country of the Moors. And if you look up, I have the book called The Land of the Moors if y'all would like to purchase it. But this is the land of the Moors, in the country of the Moors right here. So there is no land, black land. So all of you black people, you're landless. That's why a text said, read. Oops, I forgot. If you told a Negro to read, it would be $250 to $500 fine. You think you smart because you went to a college? You ain't being taught this in Howard University or Spelman or Morehouse, maybe in Harvard, and in Yale, you'll probably get it too. So let's go to Edward Bernays, the father of public relations. That's why he said the PR. He's the father of public relations, people, for y'all that don't know. Let it roll. And if y'all love this show, please share it and please support it.
That was the selling point. It would actually float in the bathtub or wherever. That's a good idea.
And actually, I am doctor.
Tell me again what the doctor is. What are we dealing with?
Well,
You're the father. I'm sorry you couldn't be there, but...
Listen up, people.
All right, now, doctor, tell me again what the doctor is. What are we dealing with?
Well,
You're the father of public relations.
What we're dealing with, really, is the concept that people will believe me more if you call me doctor.
Oh, I see.
The people will believe me more if you call me Dr. Pepper.
I am doctor because 2 universities gave me honorary degrees.
All right.
One was Boston University, and the other was Babson College.
So you're making the most of those degrees. Well, let's talk a little bit about public relations. You've been doing it for 70 years. Who were some of
72.
72. Who were some of your early accounts? Who were clients of yours back in the very beginning?
In the very beginning, Procter & Gamble was one of our accounts. They had a white floating soap called Ivory soap.
Right. That was the selling point. It would actually float in the bathtub or wherever you were bathing, I guess.
That's right. And they came to me one day and said that mothers washed the faces of the children, and they hated soap because their eyes were stinging from the soap. And that when people grew up, they wouldn't use any soap because they get conditioned in childhood, according to Freud, my uncle.
So you get ahead of yourself, but it's true. Your uncle was Sigmund Freud.
Stop. Did y'all get it? So he's the father of public relations. So he said, my uncle, which is Sigmund Freud, but y'all black folks don't read, but this is his uncle, Sigmund Freud. That's Sigmund Freud. So Edward Bernays is the father of public relations. That's him. He said, you would believe me more if you called me a doctor. Everybody's talking about, bring me all your doctor's degrees. Everybody that got a doctor degree, let me know. Let's go toe to toe with your degrees or your receipts. Let's go back.
Childhood, according to Freud, my uncle.
So you get ahead of yourself, but it's true. Your uncle was Sigmund Freud.
And so we made a research, made a study, and we found a sculptor, Brenda Putnam, who used soap instead of wax in developing her sculpture. And it then occurred to me that if we could develop soap sculpture competitions, I went to a psychologist and he said every child has a creative instinct. If we got some sculptors to be judges and had soap sculpture competitions for children in different age groups,
that would get them accustomed to using the soap.
That would get them to love soap.
Did it work?
Only accustomed to it. The fascinating thing to me was that after the first year, 22 million children were loving soap, and the sale of soap just went up.
Well,
y'all don't get it yet? So he said one of his first clients was Procter & Gamble, and he works with presidents. He worked with the presidents. That's Edward Bernays. He also said, if you call me a doctor, people will believe me. But how many people know who Procter & Gamble is? Now, remember, this is going to be a transcript, people, for the record, and it's going to be like a book. So just bear with me, okay? All this is going to be transcript when I get off of here, all right? So let's find out who was he talking about. So let me ask y'all, have you ever read this book before? What really happened? Syphilis and Tuskegee? Did y'all know? Have you ever read this before? Just bear with me. This is all facts. I'm trying to show you the difference between scholarship and scholarship. So who are they going to go get? They had to go get the church. Yes, it's called the Negro Project. Dr. Clarence Gamble. Procter and Gamble. There you go. Procter and Gamble. Fortune head. Oh, they had to get the Negroes. So what do? We get the black people in. Just bear with me 1 second. Any of these subjects I can literally build on any show, any lecture, and to make it make sense. They were dealing with birth controls too. Come on, B. It's right there. Let's show another one. Let's go back. How, and this is why they knew to go to churches to get the black people inside the churches. Why? Because the black people in the church can have an influence on the ignorant. Again, Margaret Singer, Dr. Gamble, Procter and Gamble. Look at that. The modern colored minister. What was Edward Bernays talking about? He said, how do we do it? You know how you can get them? Let's get them this way. That's what he was talking about. But again, you can't have black people reading, but you'll spend $3,000 on a Roots picnic or $1,000 on a Roots picnic, whatever it is they got. I said, wow. So let's go and see what Edward Bernays was talking about. So I've studied all of these people. I studied Sigmund Freud, Edward Bernays, public relations, all these beautiful things. So here's Edward Bernays again. What he had to do is get you to engineer, the father of public relations, Sigmund Freud, nephew. So he has a book called The Engineering. And then he talks about doing what? Targeting opinion leaders. Look, to shape the public behavior. Ooh, boy, I told you, you black folks are so predictable on so many levels. You shouldn't be going to no shows. You should be locking yourself in a room, G, and try to figure this thing out. But I know maybe this is why. Maybe it's the fluoride that's in there. Give me 1 second. Maybe it's the fluoride. Maybe that's probably why we where we at today. Let me help you out. Edward Bernays once again. Here it is. Such of sodium. Look at he did it. It was him. Did y'all know it was an insecticide, a rat poison? He was the one that got people to use fluoride. Look. Do you know what this does to your brain, bro? Like, just think about it. Do you know what fluoride does to the brain? And it was from rat poison. How? Somebody talk to me. So there is, I think it's really no helping black people. It's already happened. You just got to let them die. How did you get these people to actually take rat poison? Edward Bernays was a motherfucker, bro. Dang, he was good. Look. Oh, you got to read his books. He did a whole campaign on this. And what do? They have to go to black people to do what? To fall for it. I know some of y'all got so much fluoride in y'all not even operating. You can't even comprehend what I'm showing you. You can't. So, yeah. Edward Bernays. Where's he at? Oh, y'all like the Father of a Crowd too. This is another one you should read. But he had to engineer the consent of the people. Who do we get? We can get black famous people. That's why y'all following this stupid stuff about this Kevin Hart thing. That's irrelevant subjects to me. I should get on Kevin Hart's payroll. That'd be crazy. I'd be Kevin Hart's PR. That'd be crazy, wouldn't it? I'll be countering all the craziness that's going on. I'll be like, Kevin, just sit back there. We both from Philly. Just sit back, Kevin. Let me deal with all of this, okay? You just pay me I'll kill the game. I don't care how many degrees. You can have 6 degrees, 25 degrees, 35 degrees, 89 degrees, 86 masters. I'm a subject matter expert. I am a subject matter expert. That means I'm a master at multiple subjects. That's what the subject S.M.E. stands for, subject matter expert. If you want to try to test me on it, try me. I'm good at what I do. Okay? I've studied everything about you black folks, B. You're very, very predictable. That's why they can get you to spend this kind of money at our damn picnic. Who's benefiting from this Roots picnic? But I can't get $500 from nobody on the feed. This is what it is: $495, 1,623, 1,720, and the highest VIP, which then nobody I want to see that bad, for $3,243. So who's going to benefit from this? Certain people in Philadelphia. Let me give y'all an example. Give me 1 second. Here comes the hypocrites right here. This is the Philadelphia mayor right here. Oh, she's pathetic. And this brother right here, they kept saying he going on a hunger drop. People, don't do no hunger drops. Tear this mug down. Tear it down, big. Tear it down. It says that in here. It do say that in the Declaration of Independence. So let me read the Declaration of Independence for y'all that don't understand how this works. Government are instituted amongst men in deriving their power from the consent of the governed. And that when any form of government becomes destructive to its ends, it is the right of the people to alter it, not ask, alter it, not ask, alter it, abolish it, and institute a new one. You just ain't got the heart to deal with it. Government are instituted amongst men and deriving their power from the consent of the governed. And that when any form of government becomes destructive to its ends, it is the right of the people to alter it, abolish it, and institute a new one. It didn't say go ask somebody for it. No, you just don't know how to take it because y'all don't have the heart to do it. I'm going to ask, Samir. Nope, you don't have to ask. The biggest gang is your city council members and your police department. You just have a gang that's organized and a gang that's unorganized. And if any of you politicians want to holler at Sabir, my email is right there, sabirbayradio@gmail.com. And for the record, I didn't just walk into this 5, 10, 15 years ago. I've been doing this close to 30 years, B. 30 years. And I never buckled yet. Anything you want to try to test me on, try it. So this is the hypocritical mayor of Philadelphia. Pay attention to the Negroes.
Hello. Hi, Mayor Parker. Yeah, Mayor. Thank you.
I want to say thank you, guys.
Thank you.
I want to thank you for your work. I appreciate you. You hear me?
Yeah.
Thank you. Listen, thank you for your work. Everybody is so excited every time I'm coming in and out of our neighborhoods, and they're looking at our stats and our numbers about how violent crime has fallen.
Watch the black dudes. Watch the black dudes. Look.
I just want you all to know that I know
Mayor
that
Parker,
the work
I got
that
you
is
this rose. You don't want this rose?
and the results that
We've
we
been
see,
outside City Hall
that's
8
because
days,
of
Mayor
what
Parker.
you
I'm so
all
hungry.
are
Please.
doing. And I want you to know I see you,
Mayor Parker,
even though I don't
got
see
you
you every
the
day.
right here.
Oh, you hear me? I see y'all, even though I
Mayor,
don't see you
I love
every
you, Mayor.
day,
You
and I
love the
want you
city.
to
I
know
love
I'm
you.
grateful.
That's why I got you this flower,
Okay,
Mayor.
thank you so much
I
for
love
what
you,
you
Mayor.
do.
Have a good night. Please make Philly affordable, Mayor.
Did you see the two Negroes that stood in front? This guy said he's going on a hunger strike. I wish I would. I told y'all. You better not know. Listen, I'm going to tell you this real rap. Y'all better not put no money behind me, bro. I'm that dangerous dude if you put money behind me or you put me on somebody's platform. I'm the dangerous dude. I think, I have critical thinking, common sense, and I do have logic. So listen, I'm going to get off of here because I've been on here a little bit too long. If you want to reach out to me, you can reach out to me at my email, sabirbey, SABIRBEY, radio@gmail.com. And if you would like to support, I do have a Zelle, PayPal, Chime, Apple Pay, Cash App, Sabir Bay, all those beautiful things there, B. So, people, this is going to be a transcript. I thank y'all for joining me. And if tomorrow, God willing, we wake up, you can go share it out to everybody, and I'll be prepared for whoever comes. Okay? I thank y'all so much. Get some heart, B. Stand up. Okay? And challenge these people. They're not built like that. All right?
Who really cares to save a world in despair? Who really cares? There'll come a time. There'll come a time when the world won't be singing. When the world won't be singing. Flowers won't grow. Flowers won't grow. No. Bells won't be ringing. No bells won't be ringing. Who really cares? Who really cares? Who's willing to try? Who is willing to try to save a world? To save a world that's destined to die. That is destined to die. When I look at the world, when I look at the world, it fills me with sorrow. It fills me with sorrow. Little children today. Children today. Really gonna suffer tomorrow. Really suffer tomorrow. Oh, what a shame. What a shame. Such a bad way to live. Such a bad way to live. Who is to blame? Who is to blame? We can't stop living. When we can't stop living. Oh, oh. Live. Live. Live for life. But let live, everybody. Live life for the children. Live life for the children. Oh, for the children. You see, let's save the children. Let's save all the children. Save the babies. Save the babies. And if you want them, you got them. Save the babies. Oh, the little feeling, that feeling. You will save the babies. All of the children. But who really cares? Who's willing to try? Yeah, to save our world. Yeah, save our sweet world. Save a world that is destined to die. Oh, 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 not for the night, for the night. Oh, dig it, everybody.
I thank y'all so much for joining me. I gotta go. Reach out to me, SabirBayRadio@gmail.com. Peace.